All right, we are live here with one of my clients, Andy Ackerson, and he has had an incredible transformation. As you can see by the title, he has lost 30 pounds in 12 weeks. So we're just going to go dive into his entire transformation. I'm super excited to be doing this interview with you, man, because obviously we set a goal, we hit it very, very quickly, and we're off to the next one. So let's go ahead and just start off. And I just want you to introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do, just so people can kind of get a feel for Andy Ackerson.
Yeah. So I'm glad to be here, Justin. I appreciate you bringing me in on this. So my name's Andy Ackerson. I'm a risk engineer for a commercial insurance company. Do a little bit of working from home about half the time and meeting with clients, traveling around pretty much the mid-Atlantic region, but also the country a little bit. Just consulting with our customers, making sure we can prevent injuries, illnesses, property losses, flood losses, things like that. Before COVID. During COVID, it's pretty much all office time, just like a lot of other people were, which I got to spend a lot of close-knit time with my entire family.
which could
be
good
and bad. Overall, pretty good though.
Okay, awesome, man. So, Andy, can you just tell everyone just a little bit about where your health was prior to joining Wealthy Body Academy, and you can relate this that maybe work had affected it or whatever, but kind of explain where were you before in terms of your body, your health, your lifestyle? Where were you before you joined the program, just so people can get a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, not in a great place, right? I mean, I had kids. I have 2 kids now. The oldest is 8, and during that same time, new cars, new house, new jobs, kids, all the things that stress you out, right? So I didn't have very good tools to deal with that, right? I just made poor decisions with diet and exercise and alcohol and just no good tools of management. So, over those 8 years, right, just putting on weight, being less active. And, obviously I was putting on weight. I wasn't happy about that. But one of the things we spoke about when we first started talking together about this program was, why is now the time to change? And my why was I just got to such a point where I just didn't feel good, very unhealthy, right? So that was my why, I wanted to feel better. I wasn't, the husband I wanted to be. I wasn't as attentive. I wasn't the happy, playful father that I wanted to be.
Right.
Work wasn't really struggling. I don't think, but certainly I wasn't as present or as mindful or as creative as I used to be. I just felt very sluggish, and just looking in the mirror, I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how I feel, and I didn't see a positive future. How that was going to change. It just seemed like it was getting worse. Then with COVID, right? I mean, all that added stress and being at home and just, in some sense, it felt like a vacation, right? Where I didn't watch what I was eating. I just ate whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. And everything to cope with that. And it just led to, a lot of weight gain during COVID, and all those feelings just, amplified.
Right. And so you've got a family, you've got a job, you work really hard. How was that? You kind of touched on this already, but just so everyone kind of get a good understanding. How for you, obviously you decided when we talked on our first phone call, it's time for me to change. So for you, how was that impacting you, as a whole, maybe mentally, physically, maybe financially? How was you not taking care of your health? How was that impacting your entire life?
I mean, just relationships. Firstly, it's kind of a slow negative progression, right? Some of those where, you're just not having those positive connections with, your spouse, in my case, my wife or my kids, right? You're still there, right? But it's just not as positive as you want it to be. So that really hit home with me. Again, I don't think with my customers and my work, it was really that bad, but I can see it heading that way, right? It's just more short-tempered, not patient enough. And I get to see those negative things kind of spilling over into that work environment or relationship outside of my immediate family here. I mean,
totally. Gotcha. And so let's kind of switch it a little more positive now. So Andy, what has changed in your life and your health as a result of joining Wealthy Body Academy? What is really, obviously we talk about the physical changes as well as just overall, kind of what's been the positive stuff that you've kind of experienced?
Yeah, I think for me, it's something I didn't even expect really when we started talking and getting involved in this program, is really just the stress management. I mean, how to kind of run your life with routines and to make things easier for you so you can make better decisions and fit in your exercise and take care of your diet.
Yep.
That was the biggest thing for me, because now I feel like I do have to kind of manage that stress, where again, I make better decisions, right? I don't have to, have, 3 beers at the end of the day. I can just, meditate or go for a walk or jog and just, and again, and just feel better. And that just snowballs into better decisions. So for me,
Right.
I think that's just kind of the pinnacle of my health to get started on the right road.
Right. And so for you, it's just like being able to use health as a tool to amplify and improve all other areas of your life.
Yeah, I think so. And it is working. I mean, it's just, I'm happier just in general.
Yeah.
I think I look better, better relationships personally with my wife, with my kids. We're much playful, more active.
Awesome.
Fridge is now stocked with healthy food. So is the pantry. It's more healthy.
Amazing.
So is my wife. It's just a leading by example, I suppose. But
Yeah.
it's just a really positive last few months.
Yeah, that's the big thing that I really want to hit home with people watching is like, that's why, I'm so passionate about this, and why, I think you're becoming passionate about this as well, is like when you take your health and you really find ways to incorporate it and make it a part of your life, it allows you to really be, like you said, lead by example in all other areas of your life. Okay, cool. So with that said, when it comes to, well, actually, before we get to my next question, I want to ask you your weight. Let's talk about like actual transformation. So just going into the program, what did you start out at? Where are you at now? Kind of tell us a little about your transformation. What did you expect coming into this? And then like what actually happened?
Yeah. So my starting weight was 230 pounds. And quite honestly, looking at some of the photos during the pandemic, I think it was higher than that. I didn't weigh myself during the pandemic. But anyway, I started at 230 measurable, right? I'm at just 200 right now. So I'm halfway to my goal. I want to lose 30 more. So, I mean, that's just been, just an amazing, so I'm 200 now, which, historically I would still say, Andy, you're pretty fat. But building muscle and toning, I think I look better than I did probably at 175, prior to, gaining some of this weight. So, and again, I feel good. I can feel the muscle. I can feel the abs. I don't think I've ever felt my abs before.
Awesome.
They're still under some weight, but they're there, man. I can feel them.
Totally.
So just that transformation, and again, just be more active. I take my son with me on walks nearly every day. He's 40 pounds, and he's usually on my shoulder. So it's like walking around with a brick or a backpack.
There you go.
It's actually kind of part of our routine now. Interestingly enough. But before we met, I had heartburn pretty much consistently, right? Early on, just after a couple of weeks, probably of just managing my diet, eating healthier, that went away largely, right? Not popping, any antacids or anything like that. It's just, I just feel good. There's no gas, there's no bloating. And I know we talked about this. There was like 1 week period where 1 week I don't know if it was bloated or just fat or what, but the next week of that side profile, just like my stomach was gone.
Yeah.
Well, it's so encouraging. I showed my wife, I'm like, holy cow, that's amazing. So that was huge.
Love it.
Oh.
I love it. And so I know for you coming into the program, your biggest challenge that I remember you telling me on our initial phone call was like, you've done this before, like you've lost weight in the past, but for you, it's like, once you hit that first 3-month block, it's almost like something happens and you just hit a wall and you just kind of start going backwards. So I want to ask you, obviously we just passed that 3-month block. We're on to the next, the 4th month, I believe. And I want to ask you, like for you, what's been the most helpful part of the program that's kind of led to this level of success and continued motivation and consistency with everything you're doing?
Yeah. I mean, so I have tried a lot of diets, and when I was younger, I mean, hell, just going for a run or eating healthy for a week, I would lose weight and just feel better.
Yeah.
As I get older now, I'm 41. That doesn't work the same way anymore. So trying those things, for 3 months, you might see some results, but it tables off real quick. And then you're back to where you were, or in my case, a lot of times just worse, right?
Yep.
You fall off the wagon, you gain weight from where you started. This, the Wealthy Body Academy, and when we spoke first, I didn't know what I needed. I knew I needed someone to tell me what to eat and how to work out and to help me meet my goals, but I didn't really know what to do. Yeah. so that was helpful, but it was that, but I look at like kind of three phases, right? I mean, you have obviously the diet and nutrition, which is really important. You have the being moving, right? Being active and exercising the right way. The
Mhm.
other thing is the mindset and
Yep.
the scheduling routines, whatever you want to call it, meditation, all that stuff is very comprehensive. And I don't think the program would work if one of those was missing, at least for
No,
me. Right? It wouldn't be
totally.
like, any, right? Yeah, so I would do this for 3, 6 months, whatever, and then I just might bounce back, right? I think this really gives you the tools. The program you have gives you the tools to maintain this.
Yeah.
After we're done here, right? After our session here ends, that I can continue it. So, you know, throughout my life, I've heard about, oh yeah, you need to make lifestyle changes. You can't just
Yeah.
do these things, which it's absolutely true, but I had no idea really what that meant and how to do it. I feel confident now that I can do it, right? I'm still learning, of course, and there's still hiccups and things like that. But um, I feel like when we talk, we hash out what's going on and why it's going on and what we can correct it. And I think for me, that self-reflection, trying to figure out why you're doing something or why you're not doing something, what the barriers are and what you can do to do it, or what you can do to overcome that's really key. And I'll be honest, I never thought I'd be the guy getting up at 5 a.m. working out, but I am.
Yeah.
I love it. If I don't, I just feel sluggish, right? And there's
Yeah.
sometimes I can't, or I got to push it off to maybe the mid morning or the afternoon. But getting up early just starts the day off so much better. Getting all that stuff out of the way, feeling great, looking good, and just
Right.
on to your day.
It gives you that momentum. And I always say it's like when there's so much information out there. And like you said, like the first two components are like the diet, nutrition, and then exercise. Like everyone kind of knows that, right? That's out there. I did a Google search a few months ago, and I looked best diet on Google, and I found 450 million results. like the information's there, but like we said, what I think is the most important part that people really need to grasp is that it's not about information and just doing. It's about being. It's about taking on the information, and making it a part of not just your lifestyle, but like who you are, which is something I've seen with you. You've done so well. It's not just like you're doing the things, like anyone can do that. You've actually begin to encompass it, which is I think is so important.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when we connected on LinkedIn, right? I'm like, oh, who's this guy going to tell me to run 5 miles a day, work out, eat like carrots all day? Sure, I know that would probably work, but it's not sustainable, right?
Right.
What we're doing is right, and then once I get comfortable with something, we make it harder, we change it, and I'm just reacting and adapting to that, and just really it's really interesting. I mean, I despise pull-ups because I was horrible. But even
Yeah.
now, I mean, they feel good. I like doing them.
Yeah.
So things like that. You challenge yourself. You get better, and you move on to the next challenge. It's really
Right.
been rewarding. Absolutely.
It's crazy once you start getting better at something, how much you start actually enjoying it. So I want to ask you, with that said, you said obviously we connected on LinkedIn. I'm sure when we connected, you're probably, if you're a human being like most people, you're probably had some kind of skepticism, right? So I want to ask you, for you, before you decided to make the leap and join, what were you skeptical? And if so, what were kind of like the skepticisms that were going through your head? That way people can kind of, I'm sure other people are probably wondering the same thing, like, should I do this?
I mean, it's funny. I think LinkedIn in general, I mean, it's a great platform and tool, but when you get friend requests, things like that, you're like, all right, you're trying to sell me something. You want me to do something for you.
Yeah.
So I just had that natural skepticism. And honestly, I kind of ignored your first, well, actually what was unique about it, you kind of sent me a video message. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Intro video. So that was kind of cool. I watched it. I'm like, that's kind of neat. And I kind of did forget about it a little bit. I'm like, all right. But then I think you followed up with me, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to hear what this guy has to say, right? Because I was kind of at that point where I don't know what to do. I know I need to change because things are going downhill. So I wanted to hear what you had to say. And again, I was kind of expecting that, or this, I don't know, this macho tough guy attitude where you're busting around 3 hours a day working out. I'm like, yeah, but that's I probably wouldn't have been interested. But the way we talked about it, I think the first question you asked me was why now.
Yeah.
I just thought that was intriguing, and I didn't know if I had a great answer for you at that point, but we talked about it. So that was really kind of enlightening to me why I want to make a change. And is that really enough at this point to stick with this and to make a change? Because if it's not, you might have said, I don't even want to work with you, because if you're not really going to stick with it, what's the point, right?
Right.
So that was kind of intriguing, and really just talking about what my goals were and where I'm at now and how we're going to get there and how long it would take, and kind of building this program around what I felt I could do as far as time commitment, time, how many days a week could I work out, and how long could I fit that in, and when could I do it?
Yeah.
Some of the nutrition, just it really just kind of all came together, I think, at that point. And we, it's funny, we spoke about the accountability piece in our weekly calls and our one-on-one sessions. Early on, I'm like, I don't think I need that. I know I want to do it. And
Yeah.
I wasn't reluctant to be part of that, but I'm like, I'm definitely going to do it because, it's part of the program. But I was very surprised how much I got out of that and just how pumped I was after those sessions.
Yeah.
It was totally huge for me. And it surprised me pleasantly that was so beneficial. So, I mean, props to you. I thought it's just fantastic being on those calls and seeing the group help each other with issues they're going through. And it's been a fantastic cohort.
Right. I love it. Yeah. That's kind of my vision, what I'm creating. And I think it really is important. I think right now more than ever, men specifically, we're just kind of loners. We're just kind of going at it on our own. And I think it's so important for us to kind of get back to that, having that community, having that accountability, and having people that can level up our standards so we can, operate at a higher level. And so for you, so you said, all these kind of things added up. I just wanted to ask you, I think you kind of answered this question, but for you, what was the final, obviously you're on the call, you're interested, you really like what we're talking about. What was the final, I got to pull the trigger and kind of take action on it? Or decide to join? What really was the underlying, it's time for me I'm ready to join. This is something I want to do.
Yeah. I mean, I think when we first spoke, I didn't know what I wanted, really. I kind of had an idea, right, but it wasn't really concrete. But I think after we spoke, I mean, even if whether I knew it or not, you kind of addressed the concerns I had about, I don't want to do this because, and how am I going to do this? Because I've joined gyms before where it's I'm all gung ho, right? And yeah, these guys are tough and we're going to do this. And it just never works out. With you, it just seems we're going to have a program, we're going to manage it. It just seemed to be a good plan where it wasn't just work out, eat better. It was this is how you do it. This is why this is how you do it. This is why we're doing it, both from the nutrition and from the fitness piece. And to me, that's kind of hit all the parts that I think I was missing. Again, especially the stress and the routines. And I'm not even sure how much we discussed that initially, but it came together really quickly, right? And really, I think just asking me questions that were just hard to answer. That you might not have the answer, right? You really got to think about that and reflect on why. That was important to me. I didn't expect that. And I think that really hit home. All right, maybe this is something that can be very impactful and life-changing that I can sustain. And I think that was really the key, right? Not that, because I think we even talked about length of the program, right? 3 months and 6 months. And
right.
I think one of your things, what your points was, you might be able to do it in 3 months. You're going to hate life. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm well, I don't want to hate life. So 6 months is probably more reasonable, and it's working out that way. So I don't feel like I'm just overwhelmed with this program. It's fitting very nicely into my life, and actually, and really enhancing my life.
I love it.
And it's where I want to be.
I love it, man. I love it. And I just want to give you credit. Obviously, I'm coaching you and taking you through the program, but you're one of the rarities in the world that actually will take action on it and implement everything. So yeah, I just want to congratulate you for just having such amazing results in the program.
Yeah, thanks, my man. It's fun over the next 3 months.
Of course. So last question for you, for someone who's listening or watching this right now, I can't see Facebook, but I'm sure with people watching or watching the replay, someone is watching this right now and they're on the fence, right? They're like, I need to make a change to my health. But I know I need to make a change. I don't know how to do it. Who would you say, what would you say to them? Who would you say this program is for? And what kind of advice would you give to them to listening right now?
I mean, I think the program would really be for anyone, but it comes back, I think, to the first question you asked me is, your why, and really make sure that's concrete, because if it's not, I think you're going to falter. And not that your why can't, start off as something and kind of, I don't know, enhance or become more meaningful. That happens, right? It happens with me. It had happened with me. That's important too. But I think the program is really for anyone. Again, I think, you've designed it so, not that I don't want to say that I'm comfortable doing that, but it's attainable, I guess is the right word, right? You stick with it, right? You do the workouts right. You eat what you're supposed to do. You're accountable, and you participate. If you're willing to do that, I say jump in, because you're going to see results and you're going to love life. And I will tell you, even I think before the program started, right, you had me doing some stretches to kind of prep for the start.
Yep.
Even doing those simple stretches, I felt better
Yeah.
before the program started. I'm like, wow, just if this is working, I'm so jazzed about what's going to happen later on, and it's just gotten better. So I think, make sure your why is strong, but if you're ready to make a change, I mean, jump in, because it's I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, because it hits the fitness, the nutrition, the stress and all that. It's more of a
Holistic.
life coach. Yeah, it's definitely holistic.
Yeah.
It's very holistic for it. So
Yeah.
again, I think all those components are really, really key. So I was not expecting all of it, but I'm so glad that it's been very rewarding so far.
Awesome, man. I love it. And that's my goal. Is it's not like anyone can do fitness. Anyone can eat healthy, work out, but I think it really comes down to how can you lead by example? How can you really shift into the best version of yourself and be a leader, which obviously you're definitely doing. So yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on here. Absolutely. And kind of explaining your story. I think a lot of people are going to get value out of this, and man, I look forward to the next 3 months, and we'll come on here again for another one. Really, maybe we'll have you show off your abs in the next video.
When we get there, baby, I'll show them up. Absolutely.
Awesome, Andy. All right, man. Great talking to you. And for everyone watching this, if you have any questions for me or for Andy, just feel free to shoot me a message, comment down below. And if you're interested in actually learning more about Wealthy Body Academy, go to my profile. I have a few links, and I should have in the comments as well, application if you want to learn more about the program and apply it. And just jump on a quick 10-15 minute call to see if I can help, and then we can go from there. So anyways, with that being said, have a great rest of your day, everybody. Andy, great talking to you, man. Talk to you soon.
Bye, guys. Bye.
All right, bye.